Bonjour and welcome to Whisky.com, and today we're gonna make a French specialty called Crepe Suzette. I'm not gonna talk all the time like that, but we're gonna make Crepe Suzette today, and Crepe Suzette are the French pancakes. They're usually associated with the very, very thin pancakes, but it actually depends on what kind of region you are living in France, and the people like them in different styles. We're gonna make the very thin ones, and we're gonna make them Suzette style. That is within a caramel orange sauce. And usually you do that with Grand Marnier. That is orange liquor with, I think, 40% alcohol. We're not going to use that because we're from Whisky.com, and we're going to replace that with the Balvenie 12-year-old. That is a very fruity single malt from the Space side, Banffshire. That is said to have a lot of orange influence, and that's why I chose it. And let's see if we can replace the Grand Marnier with the Balvenie single malt whiskey. So the recipe is, like always, on my vlog on Whisky.com, and if you just click here, then you will find the recipe to cook for yourself. So we start off with the dough for the crepes. For the pancake mix, I'm gonna use the mixer because it's an easy way to mix it. There are a few troubles. It's very easy to mix it here with the amount of water and milk. I'm gonna make a very thin pancake mix. The trouble is that a mixer mixes it so well that you have a lot of air in it, so you get little bubbles in your dough, in your pancake mix. So sometimes some people don't like it when they have little holes in their crepes, and that just looks a bit nasty. So I'm gonna fix that later. And now I'm just gonna make the dough. It's 2 eggs at the beginning. Then we add all the other ingredients and just mix it. Really, really easy. The amount of salt is 1 teaspoon. It's a bit much, but if you add enough, then it actually tastes a bit better. And 1 teaspoon of sugar. Okay, we have them all in, and let's mix them. After it's mixed, you have to let it rest for about 30 minutes to let it develop, to get the right consistency. And while the pancake mix rests for 30 minutes, I'm gonna prepare the oranges. Just slice them in half and get out the juice. You can take regular orange juice, but when you have regular orange juice, you don't get so many of the fleshy bits that are now here caught in the sieve, and I'm gonna use them as well because they work well within the Crepe Suzette sauce. Okay, let's bake the pancakes, the crepes. Crepes are internationally known for their thinness. That's actually prejudice because crepes are just pancakes. What you know are the thin crepes. I don't know where they're exactly from, but different regions of France like their crepes in different thicknesses. And I'm gonna make them in a style very thin. Usually you see this tool here, where someone has a special plate and spreads out the pancake mix. This is actually very difficult to do in a pan, because when you hit the side of the pan, your little wooden spade goes down and you have a scratch, and then the crepe is wasted. So this is very difficult. if you don't have a flat, even, hot surface, which I don't have yet. But there is a very easy way to do it. Usually when you pour into less, then you get these noses that run down and just looks horrible. I'm going to show you a way how you get a thin pancake without these noses. Okay, the pancake mix is now settled, but I still have some bubbles on top, so I'm going to scooch them off because I don't like the bubbles in there. That leaves holes in the crepes. Don't worry, I'm not going to waste it. I'm just going to make some Bavarian pancake soup out of it. Very delicious. So nothing goes to waste here. Okay, let's preheat it, and when it in, I'm just gonna fast forward that because it's a bit boring. Okay, as I mentioned in my video about the Palatschinken, the different levels of heat are very important within making of pancakes or crepes. Today we're looking for a medium to high value, actually a bit lower than usual because we have a lot of water in there and we need to make the pancake a bit drier. Okay, and here comes the trick, how you do really thin pancakes without having these horrible noses on them. Just lift the pan, pour in a lot too much, then swirl it round so everything is covered. And you just pour out back the excess. And now your pan is covered with a very even amount of pancake mix. Just going to use fast forward because frying pancakes is not that interesting. Okay, the 4 pancakes are ready. Why you only need 4, you're gonna see in a minute, because we're now gonna make the sauce. So now we're gonna assemble the pancakes and we're gonna fold them to a little triangular shape like that. And just put them all onto each other because we're gonna assort them later into a pan within the special Crepe Suzette sauce. The sauce is the most interesting part. You just melt your butter in a pan, a bigger pan than you used before for your pancakes, otherwise it doesn't fit. First of all, you melt your butter, and then you add your sugar into the melted butter. Be careful that the butter doesn't become brown because we want to caramelize the sugar. Oh, there's some vanilla in my sugar. Oh, how does that happen? We want to caramelize the sugar, so with brown butter you cannot see when the sugar has been caramelized, so just swirl it around a bit and don't make it too hot. That might actually be a bit too hot already. And now we can already add the sugar. And when you add the sugar, you mix it up with the butter so we can caramelize it into we don't want solid caramel. because when you caramelize it, then your caramel, you can do it without butter. Your caramel will become rock solid, and we're looking for a creamy caramel that we can then dissolve in the orange juice and later within our spirit. Usually that's done with the Grand Marnier, and today we're gonna do it with Balvenie. Now here in the sides we can already see that is a bit brown. Just always get it out of the corners and put it into the middle, so you don't have any parts that are already very, very caramelized and some parts are not. Okay, we can already see we have more and more brown in our mixture. That is about ready. It's already getting a bit clumpy, so I'm gonna add the orange juice. And don't worry, now it looks like it's rock solid, but this is all still sugar, so it's gonna dissolve in a minute. I used a bit less sugar today because I already made this recipe once for the German channel and found out it was a bit too sweet for me, and the Balvenie didn't come out that well as I wanted it to. So now you place the quarters inside your pan, so you get a shape like a usual pancake that has been quartered. Now you just dip it into the sauce and look that everything is covered with your orange juice caramel butter mixture, and let that rust and boil for a minute. While we do that, I already put on my goggles. I burnt my eyebrows many times too many. And here comes the Balvenie. The Balvenie is by far not as sweet as the Grand Marnier, so what we end up is hopefully not a dessert that is overly sweet, but also has some other characteristics. The Balvenie is very orangey. You have a lot of citrus orange in there, but it also has notes of oak and sherry. Yeah, it's still a single malt and a complex it is. Okay, you just pour it over and then you flambe it. The flambeing gives it, a bit of a taste. I wouldn't describe it as burnt, but there's a bit of burn. But something more interesting, it's just flambéed. Okay, when you finally found that your flambé is down, then your Crepe Suzette is ready and to be enjoyed. So I'm already looking forward to that. Oh, that already looks very, very nice. Usually the people garnish it with a few almonds, with a few chopped almonds on top. I just don't find that very interesting. Also, the Crepe Suzette is, in some regions, it's just known as just a crepe with some sugar and some lemon on it. So the Crepe Suzette is not strictly one thing to all the French in total. So let's have a try. Oh, you can always see the oranges. Oh, very sweet, with a lot of citrus orange. It's a lot fresher than the Balvenie because it's just fresh orange. That must be fresher and more orangey than Balvenie, but you have a bit of that. I don't know how to explain it. I would say a bit of oakiness and a bit of more variety in flavors that has been added to by the Balvenie. The Grand Marnier is just very sweet and very orangey. So here with the Balvenie double wood, we have a bit more round flavor. Very nice. And I've actually found out that when you do a Crepe Suzette, you can also enjoy your whiskey by the side. So this harmonizes quite well. You have this this fresh orange with a lot of sugar, and yeah, usually that's it if you use the Grand Marnier, and then you have a bit of Balvenie, and when you taste the Balvenie on the side, that harmonizes quite well. You come from this fresh sugar, and then you end up with this a bit more bitter, I would say a bit bitter orange or grapefruity. Also with a bit of general fruitiness. Oh, yeah. Yeah, much more complex than just sweetness with fresh oranges. So works quite well together. So if you're interested in the Balvenie, then please visit Whisky.com and click on the whiskey here or in our end card. And thank you for watching.